Welcome back to Crit Catch. I'm Michael. Skylar had a question. Skylar had a question.
You know, I forgot what it was. I forgot we needed to start the episode.
Nope, it's all good. If you remember it, just ask.
Yeah, sure. Or I'll just make up a new question.
Yep, we're going to go talk to a doll and get a stone from it because talking to dolls is completely normal behavior in this world.
Yeah, but talk to everything else.
Right.
What does Zantetsu mean?
I'm
sure you know.
I actually don't. But you know what? It always... you know what? It might mean like iron cutting or something because... Odin from Final Fantasy Zantetsuken, his ability. I think it's probably got something to do with iron. And the cutting of said iron. If I had to make a guess... Oh, let's go get it.
Zantetsu. Well, apparently it's a character in the last Blade series.
Cool. Cool. I don't even know what that is.
Okay, there are Zantetsu swords in a lot of things.
Well,
yeah,
that might be why the name showed up.
Meaning,
I mean, is that kind of like that might be kind of
iron cutting? Good job, dude. Iron cutting. In fact, Zantetsuken is iron cutting sword. So,
yeah.
Yep.
You know, I don't know Japanese. I mean, I know certain things from like names of games and whatever, like Seiken Densetsu, or that's like, you know, Legend of the like Holy Sword or whatever. So like Seiken is the Holy Sword, and I'm kind of curious linguistically how that relates back to sword, because if I remember right, like katana is also just kind of the word for sword in Japanese. I might be wrong on that, and I will take full responsibility if I am wrong on that. What do you want to do? If there's nothing in a chest, then the chest is good for nothing. Dang.
That's like a mad diss, because that's a dresser, and so he's throwing shade at chests.
Wow. Would you store your medical herbs in my drawer?
No.
Technically, he's a chest of drawers, so he is a chest, not like a treasure chest. But this is like such a loaded question. Like, would you store your medical... First of all, that like is vaguely weird and kind of like kinky. But also like, if he's sitting here saying, if I am good for nothing, if there is nothing in me, do you want to put something in? And I just told him no, and he said, I am the happiest chest in the world. That's... I don't understand. Anyway, nobody can break a promise that is made with evil. There will be no revival of the world unless Deathtoll is defeated. Dr. Leo must be somewhere in the Magrid Castle. Here, take this stone from my pocket and go to the Magrid Castle.
Why do you have to keep insisting that it's in your pocket, Marie?
I mean, it is. I'm actually more bothered by the fact that she made me remove the stone from her pocket, because she's clearly moving.
Yeah.
Like, we know, like... all of the inanimate objects, like this guy is having just, this guy is raving. Like, he is.
I found out the katana thing.
Okay. No, go for it.
So I'll just read it real fast. So apparently we're the Wikipedia show now.
That's cool.
Katana is the term used to describe the family of swords known as Nihanto.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God, fuck. There's their words. Okay. Known as Nihanto, that are two shaku, don't know what that means, or approximately, now I know what it means, approximately like 24 inches in length or longer.
Okay.
Katana can also be known as dai or daito among Western sword enthusiasts, although daito is a generic name for any Japanese longsword, literally meaning big sword. So,
fair enough. Cool.
So I guess something like that.
You ready for like the staple medieval kingdom?
Grimdark Castle, yeah, with the red moon.
So also Leo's house is no longer a wreck because we mostly repaired it.
Well, yeah, I noticed as you were like pulling things back, I'd be like, you found a mouse and cleaned up the floor.
Yeah. Angel maid service here.
Yeah, is it a topless maid service?
I mean, it can be, I guess. I mean, look at this little dude. Got something under that armor.
Have you been watching Lucifer?
I actually just started watching it, so I'm only on the first season.
Okay, I won't say anything
right.
then. There was just the reason that was on my mind is because that'll come up at some point.
Okay.
It's really funny.
Okay.
So this is just like a ruinous castle.
So
at the moment?
this is Magrid Kingdom. This is where
King
Magrid,
dumbass.
yeah, King bad at economics lives. And so
He lived as he died. Bad at economics.
bad at economics.
Whoa, what is that thing? Oh, hey! It's a little creepier than I thought it was going to be.
That is like the more violent version of like the Stalfos from Legend of Zelda.
Like, I've got 2 swords.
Yeah. Well, actually, the original Stalfos in Legend of Zelda have 2 swords. If you look at their sprites.
I might have to play through the original Legend of Zelda at some point.
I was actually just playing through it earlier today because, because one of the things that I was, we talked about like doing kind of podcast style stuff, and one of the things one of the things I'd like to do at some point is some like longer kind of design oriented videos, which
because you're very distracted whenever you're. Because it's hard to play. I can only imagine.
Oh, yeah. Well, and I'd like to, I mean, first of all, like these 15-minute episodes, I'm standing in the dirt. There are many ghosts in the torture room of the basement. First, look for the spirit sword.
Dog, what?
Also, we just commonly understand that there's a torture room in the basement. Although, this is pretty dark for like Nintendo era stuff. Now, Super Nintendo, they started kind of getting more lenient about that. Hang on a second. Yeah, sorry.
I'm hanging.
Yeah. Okay. That looks badass, by the way.
That looks badass, yeah. God, I wish your sword changed.
I know, right? So, mentioning the like Legend of Zelda like discussion, because I was playing it earlier today, taking some notes on stuff, because I'd like to do longer kind of design-oriented videos, in addition to stuff like podcasts, like having kind of longer format stuff, which actually, depending on the timeline of when this particular episode comes out, there may be something like that podcast by now, because we do kind of backlog some stuff to make sure.
Because we have jobs, we have to prepare well in advance.
Well, that and like, if you just like met up and played, for 15 minutes, like, first of all, that's a waste of time. But also, you can't really do much in a game like this just in 15 minutes. But also, like, it's...
Wait till we get to the long RPGs.
Oh, God, yeah. Crit Couch Nights.
I might have to do that at some point.
God. Actually, we might do that anyway, and then when people get to this, they'll be like, we already know about Crit Couch Nights. What's wrong with you guys?
Enjoying our bed in the morning.
But so, like, yeah, talking about design and stuff gets difficult with this kind of play format because, again, the conversation can kind of go all over the place.
I, for one, would like to give you a compliment and say that I think you've done a very good job of coming off as semi-coherent while playing this.
As I walked around this whole place in circles three times.
You have done that a few times. But, I mean, you were there and when we were trying to do like tests and God, what was I playing? Bloodborne, and I cannot talk and play that game to save my life.
I will say that would be a major test of endurance, and also I have not had you howling Blue Corn Moon into my ear the way we were doing to you.
Yeah, that's true. It was very disorienting.
Yes, because you were fighting some vampire thing in whatever that the like procedural dungeon was, and we were just like Pocahontasing at you, just like nonstop.
That's a verb. Whoa!
Yeah,
that bead's. Watch out! Cannonballs are coming.
Yeah, fucking like haunted marbles.
Yeah, those things they look like they can just move wherever they want.
They kind of warp. I think.
Oh great, more skeletons. Yeah. That's what I wanted. I have not actually seen what these guys can do because you just wreck them so fast.
They mostly just swipe at me. See, all of this started because I mentioned them like looking like Stalfos from Zelda. And if you look at the original sprites, which I was earlier today in service of kind of maybe, it's that cool thing again where like it doesn't spawn the dude until you...
Does he need like his castle or
something? once I spawn the room around him, it'll pop up.
Bougie dick won't even walk out on the yard.
We did talk about this back in that happened in the mermaid area, but like that is something to consider. Like if you're building a game out, like
sequence breaking.
Yeah, sequence breaking. And I think I said this exact same thing, but it is so important to consider. Like
It's shot.
Oh, that's right.
itself
This
at
one
you.
like just drops fucking mines.
Oh, man, that's not bad.
But if you're doing something that has a sequence, you really have to pay attention to how those sequences can work. Because like if you forget to code this correctly, like I mean, best case scenario, something just glitches out and like things get kind of nasty. But like worst case, like your saves break or the game crashes or whatever. So it's something to consider.
It definitely speaks to a level of polish this game had, even for when it came out.
Yeah, and I mean, what's cool about this too is like, so this
5
is
billion years ago.
may have mentioned this earlier in the series as well, but you know, this was the first of kind of like a series of games, including Illusion of Gaia,
ActRaiser.
and Terranigma. Well, ActRaiser is kind of like tangential.
Ow.
There are many thorns in the basement. If you free the soldier right in front of where I have been captured, you will receive the elemental mail. I'm glad they have awareness of where they are. That's,
Dude, they have like omnipresence.
you know, that's actually kind of horrifying because that means all these people trapped in these things are aware
that they're trapped.
that they're trapped, and like not just that they're trapped, but also of like where they're trapped.
Something about the way those. Uh-oh. Oh no.
Yeah,
Oh, that
they
was
whiz-robed me.
That was a dick move.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're not really out to be nice to me, I guess.
Oh no. Is he dead?
Probably just asleep.
Oh,
You know, we
okay.
got that dream rod thing.
Yeah, you know, I sleep like that sometimes too.
Yeah, it's
face
like
down, covered
in the
blood.
grass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A soldier and a road.
Yes. See, getting some civil engineering going on here.
It's like the road suddenly starts having like loop-de-loops and shit. Like those weird like long turnarounds you have to do on the side of the highway sometimes. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, that was an invisible chest.
How did you just know it was there?
Well, there was something there, and it was
Collision
just
box.
kind of positioned to run into. Okay, I may.
Do the snakes just respawn?
Yeah, this has happened a couple of other times.
Yeah.
Remember how like anytime you phase back to town and
Right.
come back in?
Things
Yeah.
respawn. I forgot.
Yeah, and so the snakes they're just like generic enemies, like the little blue blobs and stuff.
You can't kill those little fire breathers, can you?
Nah, they're just traps.
Make them shoot each other.
Okay, I think I actually need to go back and get that elemental mail because there's spikes, I think, on the next level. Sad sounding voice. Oh, what can I do? I can't play a harp without strings.
Is it the soldier you released earlier?
I think it's the sleepy guy.
Sleep.
Sleepy guy's got some armor on him, just like hanging out. So we're gonna go.
Dead in a ditch.
I'm gonna take a little trip. Doop, doop, doop. Right into a snake. Doop, doop, doop.
I'm actually pretty impressed with all the different sprites they've got. They really haven't repeated much. Because you were talking about how like they had unique animations for specific things, but that's kind of been this whole game is like they're not reusing much.
Nah, Quintet was a really, really solid development
When
house.
did this come out again?
I think this was 91 or 92.
I must just had a really dumb moment where I was like, what's the name of the game again?
The king is the greatest man in the world.
Yeah,
Well, but look, he says in like whisper text, I must say that or I will be punished. Like, dude,
he's not around.
he's
I
not
promise.
around, man. Like,
He turned you into a coin or something.
Yeah. It's just, he didn't even turn, like, he turned that guy into like a nickel. Like, it wasn't even a good coin. It was just, or a penny. Our king is the greatest man in the world. Oh, they both say the same thing. Cool. I must say this or I will be punished. Hey, man. My uncle is the famous architect Gaudi.
Gandhi?
Gaudi. No, Gaudi was actually an architect, so that name is a reference.
Oh, okay.
But that was the guy that built the yellow brick wall around the first town.
The yellow brick wall. You just
The yellow
slam
brick
into
wall.
it. Oh, is the guy just laying on the ground, just depressed? He's well. Oh,
No,
he's
he's asleep. He's
Yeah.
asleep. We'll get in here. We'll get up in this. Upon the soldier's head. Yeah. And there's look. It's
Bash him across the head with it.
Dr. Leo. I have been haunted by a monster called Research. I would not pay attention to my wife and daughter. Still, I didn't understand. I don't know what this voice is. I was praised as a genius scientist, and the king often gave me orders. I kept inventing things. Watermill, elevator, and even this airship.
And remember, kids, you can be whatever you want to be.
Except alive. Finally, I invented a machine to call upon evil, only to realize something. Why? You invented a machine to call upon evil only to realize something? Like,
yeah. There was no stop point in the middle where he's like, hold on.
Tools are there to make people's lives easier, but when tools start to use people, I think I'm getting this character. Their culture will decline and they will become unhappy. When I get to the world of evil, Deathtoll will be called. I don't want to believe this beautiful world will be destroyed. Please, let me off somewhere.
I mean, wasn't he kind of forced to do this?
Yeah, pretty much. But like this characterization of him, it's like, but I must take you to Magritte Castle and make sure you do not escape. I have to worry about the present, not tomorrow. I must do my job or be punished. Please try to understand this. Oops, I was sleeping. Lately, I have been having the same dream as Dr. Leo. If I would have released Dr. Leo, the world would not be like this. Yeah, this is on you, buddy. I do not know who to obey anymore. There are many thorns in the basement of Magritte Castle. You must take this armor with you. Sure.
You know what?
Yep.
Thanks, buddy.
Next time on Crit Couch, we're going to equip the elemental male.
Good looking out, soldier bro.
Yeah.